News 14 Carolina Meteorologist Matthew East here with you, and this is the Wednesday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Had some pretty active weather yesterday. We'll talk about what's coming up today in the next several days, plus a look at the tropics. And we're tracking our next tropical system out there in the Atlantic Basin. Let's start off with a look back at the severe weather reports yesterday. All those blue dots represent where some wind damage occurred, and there was a pretty good scattering of that activity across the Carolinas as we went through, especially yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening. Now, as today unfolds, I think we will see, again, a pretty good coverage of showers and thunderstorms out there. A weak frontal boundary still draped through the area, a little bit of a trough of low pressure swinging through as well. All that will help to kick off, again, I think a pretty good coverage of showers and storms. And our little miniature heat wave is over. We'll see a lot of high temperatures today in the low to mid 80s, so quite a bit cooler than what we've seen the last several days. And there's your day one convective outlook. Some of the storms today could be strong to severe anywhere across the Carolinas. The highest risk looks like it's really east of Interstate 85 and maybe even east of Interstate 95. But again, anywhere across the state could be some strong to severe storms today with some damaging winds and maybe some small hail. Tomorrow, I think, again, a pretty decent chance for some areas of showers and storms, low to mid 80s for most high temperatures tomorrow. As we go into the day Friday, again, a pretty good coverage of showers and storms. Same deal, low to mid 80s for those afternoon high temperatures. Let's go to the weekend, Saturday. This is during the afternoon. Again, good coverage of some scattered thunderstorms out there. And we'll have to watch for some localized flash flooding issues as some of these storms will continue to produce some heavy rain. And if some of the same spots see rain for several days in a row, we could certainly have some issues with flash flooding to contend with. So we'll watch that. Now, I think by Sunday we begin to see a decrease in the coverage of showers and storms. Still, certainly Sunday could be a few afternoon storms, but the coverage decreases, highs warming up toward the upper 80s Sunday, and then we're back up toward the 90, 91 degree mark by Monday and Tuesday. That is a look at Monday, and there's Tuesday. Both days could feature a few afternoon storms, but less storms and more sunshine means some hotter temperatures by Monday and Tuesday, and probably Sunday as well. All right, let's talk about the tropics. As of the point I'm cutting this video, this is still Tropical Depression number 2. The center of circulation right about there, right on the eastern edge of that big blob of convection. So it looks a little deceptive. Pretty healthy looking system when you just look at the satellite imagery, but you have to realize the actual low-level center is right on the eastern side of that deep thunderstorm activity. But still, the system continues to gradually organize. Could become Tropical Storm Anna at any point today. And that is a look at the 6Z run of all the model guidance. And generally speaking, there's been a little bit of a southward shift in most of this guidance. And with the exception of some of the shallow models as well as the H-WRF, most of the clustering of the models prevents this at least from recurving over the next 5 days. And that is the National Hurricane Center forecast. They do bring the system to tropical storm strength today and keep it as a relatively minimal tropical storm to a point northeast of the islands by early Monday morning. And let me show you some of the specifics from the models here. This is the Hurricane WRF, and again, it is the farthest north by far of all the models. This is a look out to, and I'm just sort of showing you the end of all the model cycles here. So that's out 126 hours. Canadian model. There is the tropical depression or tropical storm. It would probably be a tropical storm if the Canadian's right at this point. And that is the system behind it that almost all the models are jumping on for a good chance of development. That one could turn up to being a pretty significant system. We'll have to keep watching that. And here you go, Tropical Depression number 2 or Tropical Storm Anna on the Canadian, a little north of the islands. That would be, let's see, 144 hours. That would be coming up next Tuesday morning. Actually, yeah, like next Monday evening. Yeah, next Monday evening. That's correct, next Monday evening. And also it tries to develop that little tropical wave in the Caribbean into some system that approaches Louisiana. That's probably an outside solution. All right, GFDL. There's what's left of Tropical Depression number 2. There's the system behind it. GFS. There's what's left of the Tropical Depression at that point in time. And boy, there's the major system entering the Northeast Caribbean Sea behind it. And finally, the European. There's what's left of the Tropical Depression, and there is the system that is yet to develop behind it. So let me sort of give you the synopsis. Tropical Depression number 2 looks like it's probably going to stay a relatively minor system. It could wind up impacting the U.S. coast. I think if it does, it should be a relatively weak system. We'll see. And it would probably be about a week from now. The system behind it, which is yet to become a classified tropical system, I think it has a good shot at becoming a pretty significant system, and it too could wind up affecting the U.S. That would be roughly 10 days or 11 days from now. So a lot to keep watching in the tropics. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Have a great Wednesday, and God bless.